This is, without any hesitation, the strongest episode of Fallout Season 2 so far. And I'm not saying that lightly, because this episode doesn't just move the plot forward, it changes people. It changes who they are and who they're becoming. The ending alone would have been enough to crown it the best, but when you really step back and look at the full picture, what this episode does with Cooper, the Ghoul, and Lucy is honestly incredible. We're now past the halfway point of the season, and what the show is telling us is very clear. Cooper is slowly becoming the monster we've known as the Ghoul, and at the same time, the Ghoul is rediscovering his humanity. Lucy is changing too. Life outside the vault is reshaping her in ways she never imagined, and the violence that once horrified her, it's starting to feel necessary. And then there's that final song, You Always Hurt the One You Love. That song doesn't just end the episode, it defines it. Because the next conversation Cooper has with Barbara may be the moment that truly breaks them apart. So let's talk about this episode properly. Let's break down every major moment, every character shift, and why this episode works on such a deep emotional level. This is Fallout Season 2, Episode 5, Ending Explained. Cooper versus the Ghoul, a complete role reversal. One of the most fascinating things about this episode is how it shows us that Cooper and the Ghoul are essentially swapping roles. In the past, Cooper was a hero. He fought on the Alaskan front. He was celebrated. He represented hope, sacrifice, and patriotism. But in this episode's flashbacks, we see a very different Cooper. He's heading to Las Vegas with Barbara. He's working alongside Vault-Tec, and he's involved in a deal that could change the future of the world. The sale of cold fusion to Robert House. This technology would allow House to live forever, to guide humanity through the apocalypse. But Cooper's real mission, kill Robert House, end the project, stop everything. And this is where Cooper's true nature is revealed. He can't do it. Saving millions of lives sounds noble, but taking one life with his own hands, that's something Cooper isn't ready for. And this moment is so important because it immediately contrasts with the man he becomes. The Ghoul doesn't hesitate. The Ghoul kills without blinking. Sometimes the Ghoul even enjoys it. This episode shows us how cruel the world was to Cooper, but it also asks a much harder question. Was Cooper always capable of becoming a killer? The seeds of darkness before the bombs. There's a subtle but powerful detail in this episode. We see Cooper help up a congresswoman who's protesting outside the defense contractor summit. Earlier, we saw this same woman handing out awards to soldiers, smiling, playing politics. Cooper recognizes the hypocrisy. And yet, what does he do? He still walks inside. He still aligns himself with Vault-Tec, Robert House, and the system he knows is broken. That moment matters, because it shows Cooper was always stuck between two worlds, the people and the powerful. And every time he chose comfort, safety, or family, he stepped one step closer to becoming someone else. Robert House and the end of the world. The meeting with Robert House is one of the most important scenes in the entire series so far. House reveals something chilling. The world was supposed to end on Cooper's daughter's birthday. That's not a coincidence. That's exactly what we saw in the opening scene of Season 1. But Cooper changed things. By attending the Vegas event with Barbara, something that was never meant to happen, he altered the timeline. House calls Cooper a variable, someone who disrupted the calculations, someone who shifted the end of the world by an entire month. Cooper believes House is responsible for the bombs, but House denies it. Instead, he claims there's another unknown factor, another variable, and terrifyingly, he suggests that Cooper himself could be that variable, a man capable of becoming a killer. This moment reframes everything we know, because it means the apocalypse wasn't just inevitable. It was manipulated, calculated, and Cooper was a part of it. The elevator scene, a man losing himself. The elevator scene is one of the most emotionally devastating moments in the episode. Cooper stands alone, drunk, broken, and as the elevator moves, the visuals glitch between Cooper and the Ghoul. Past and future collide. It's not just stylish editing, it's storytelling. This scene shows us that Cooper understands the truth. No matter what he does, he becomes a killer. If he kills House, he's a murderer. If he does nothing, millions die. Inaction doesn't make him innocent. It makes him responsible.
That realization crushes him. When he rides the missile at the party, it's symbolic. He hasn't fully chosen yet, but he's already accepted where the road leads. In the end, Cooper chooses his wife and daughter, even if it means betraying his beliefs, even if it means damning an entire nation that trusted him. That's the moment Cooper dies, and the Ghoul is born.
This could be phase 2 of Bud's plan, and suddenly everything clicks. Vault-Tec wasn't just preparing for survival, they were planning evolution. But when Ronnie overhears Norm admitting he's not Bud's successor, everything unravels. Norm may be exposed, punished, or worse. But if he survives, his bond with Claudia could grow even stronger. Why this episode works so well? For me, this is the best episode of Season 2. Every flashback with Cooper is incredible. The internal conflict feels real, painful, human. The intercutting between past and present is beautifully done. The score during the final scenes is heartbreaking. Walton Goggins is absolutely phenomenal. He's not just playing two characters, he's playing one man across 2 lifetimes, and somehow you understand both versions. I wasn't particularly invested in the Vault storyline this week, but everything outside of that? Top tier. I do think the weekly release hurts immersion slightly. This show works better when binged. But even with that flaw, this episode hit hard. Final thoughts and what comes next. We're officially entering the final stretch of the season, and if this episode is any indication, things are about to get darker, more personal, and far more tragic. Cooper is trapped by his past, the Ghoul is trapped by his humanity, and Lucy is standing at the edge of becoming someone she never wanted to be. And that's what makes this show so compelling. That's my full breakdown of Fallout Season 2, Episode 5. What did you think of the ending? Can the Ghoul be redeemed, or is Cooper gone forever? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next episode.